Why do it publicly? You say that Tectone is trying to farm views and all that good shit, but you doing it publicly screams and shouts that you are the one doing it. And believe it or not, you keep saying that, and it tells me that you're the one that thinks that because you assume that everybody else is doing it. And typically that people, oh, I'm a cheater, so which means everybody's a cheater. Dear Diamonds and fellow Diamonds in Rough, something insane just happened right now, and we were live to watch it too at twitch.tv/VXVFiction. If you want to increase the size of your PP / your breasts / your butt cheeks, this is the place to be, man. Everybody just gives you PP size when you go to their streams. I give not only PP size, I give breast size and butt size. What more do you want? That's like everything. I want hair. Oh, and it grows back your hair too. Definitely the place to check out. Jokes aside, what happened is nothing short but shocking to me. This is gonna be from the heart. I don't have a script or anything, like just going over everything that happened. My feeling, I don't know about the streets. I think the streets are pretty diverse right now. I feel like we also have a lot of Tectone haters really finally coming out too. I do feel like we have a lot of hate watchers in the community, shocking as it is, but there definitely are. And unfortunately, hate watching has now went from just typical classic viewers on the internet to fucking content creators, and that's what we're gonna get into. So it starts off with the ground zero, that is Tectone versus Hexus. Now, this was a matchup that was long overdue, ladies and gentlemen. I do feel like it was a matchup to see if the student can surpass the mentor. To no one's surprise, she couldn't. Not yet. Like she's still kind of fresh though. But what was happening? It was a public feud over what, you may ask. It was over Zenless Zone Zero. Now, it is not a shock that Zenless Zone Zero is very controversial right now. I don't feel like the sentiment that Zenless Zone Zero has in the streets right now is very weird. Like, there's some positivity, there's some negativity. Everybody's trying to defend their side very harshly. There's like a hate train, but there's also like a bunch of Hoyo shills that are defending it, dropping dislikes in people's videos. Like, it is very strange. No matter what you say about Zenless Zone Zero, you're gonna have a side that's mad at you, which is very interesting to me. I'm very curious I'm gonna keep moderating Zenless Zone Zero's community 100%. I do feel like this is very interesting from a social standpoint, and definitely for me as a content creator in this gacha community. But anyway, it starts off specifically with Hexus saying, I think Zenless Zone Zero was a bad game to me. I didn't like it, right? Tectone is like, how the fuck can you say that when the whole game isn't finished yet? As in, like, no one has reached endgame content. You can't judge a book by its cover or something like that. Like, you gotta go all the way to the depth of it to see if it is indeed a good product or not. Now, to be completely fair with this, just so that everybody knows my stance, I do feel like someone can look at the game and go, I don't like the start of it. I don't like how it's dragging on. I don't like how the rewards are. And because people that haven't played Endgame yet saying that the game is bad as a whole and not just being specific as the start, is having a lot of backlash with people on the internet. And that's where the argument was. Tectone saying you can't judge the entirety of the game just by its start, and Hex saying I technically can, but not her being specific in mentioning the start. And the start, of course, if it's not in, like, you know, it's not interesting, it's not going to make me want to keep playing the game anyway. That's just me forcing myself to reach the good parts, right? It's like, oh, you just watch the filler episodes. It gets better when the show gets back on. It's like, bro, I don't want to watch these things anymore. Right? Like, call me when there's good stuff here or something. But as things are right now, it sucks. And that's a fair take. I do feel like it's a very fair take. If you feel like the game isn't doing it for you at the start, you're not forced to finish it, but just make sure you are precise in saying, I don't like the start of the game. It wasn't interesting. It may or may not get good later. But as it stands for me right now, at the start of it, it's kind of weak. It's not doing it for me. I'm gonna drop it. That simple, okay? So this was the whole argument. Now, this argument went from this to opinions and how people have the ability to have opinions on certain things or not. Because Tectone calls people an idiot that have different opinion than he does. Now, is Tectone being real about it? Is he being genuine about it? No, it's classic Tectone of him being a dick on the internet, right? Now, Sadly, because of the weight and the influence that Tectone has on the gacha community, a lot of people can't differentiate between sarcasm and someone making a joke and them being for real, right? Especially Tectone. Tectone is typically always basically honest. It's why a lot of people are drawn to him because of the honesty, myself included. Unfortunately, what happened is Tectone forgot that with great power comes great responsibility. He thought that he was just being yet another guy with an opinion about a video game, where unfortunately it's not the case for him anymore. Is this not the way it is for him anymore? It made it so that people that have the opinion of the game is bad and I don't like it as it is right now look idiotic. Even though it wasn't done on purpose, it is a thing. It is a thing, okay? Sadly, that's just the poor state of the internet. People don't like things to be gray. People like things to be black or white. You know, they want to take things at face value, not look deep into it. Are you joking? Are you not joking? I don't care. You said it. I believe it. Let's go with it. That's how people typically react on the internet. And I think maybe Tectone kind of failed to remember that. I think he thought he's just being John when, no, you're fucking Tectone now. Be careful, because you may joke about it, but some people are dumbasses that are going to come after people that are going to call people that have those opinions idiots. They're going to do the same as you said, jokingly, unfortunately. After a lot of back and forth between Hex and Tech, they reached the conclusion that, you know what, all fair is fair. This is a misunderstanding. We'll clear it up later more offline. Simple, like shake hands, like nothing bad, just walk it off, right? Easy. Now, as you can see, this was weird. It was a little silly, but all well that ends well. Fuck it. Unfortunately, a new challenger has entered the ring that no one expected, no one called for, no one asked. The man, the one and only, Mtash pulls up, talking some. Oh, Tectone, you're abusing Hexus. You were being a dick to Hexus. You were this to Hexus. Now, okay, the thing that was happening with Tectone is simple. Hex made an opinion on his opinion. He stood his ground, defended himself. Classic. This is a classic on the internet, especially when your whole career is all about you saying your arguments and your opinions on things. It's your oxygen. You can't just sit back and watch someone shit on your opinion if you can defend it. You gotta defend yourself. Very important, very important. Arguments like these are very important. It can make what we're talking about have more depth. We could discover dimensions that we've never seen before in that topic, because we're going deeper and there's a lot of exchange in that topic, if that makes any sense. It's very important that we have these conversations, I feel like. Mchash pulls up talking some, oh, you're just being mean to her, you're just doing this to her, and I've seen you do this multiple times and I can't stand idly by anymore and watch you do this. Now, this wouldn't be a problem if it wasn't for two things. One, Hexus is a woman. Hexus is a woman, which means this becomes immediately white knight, right? It's not shilling or anything, it's white knighting. Oh, damsel in distress. Oh, he's bullying the poor little girl. Oh no. Because maybe that's not what he's trying to do, but people on the internet are going to perceive it as such. And Tectone said so himself. I applaud again Tectone for saying it like that out loud, because that's an unspoken rule when having a debate with a woman. Very important. Very, very important. Gotta always remember this, that a lot of people are gonna come immediately to the defense of the woman, not even caring about arguments or anything like that, because she's a woman. That's a fact. That's a fact. He's married though. When did that stop someone from getting his dick sucked? I lied to you, I'm not. I talked to a prostitute one day because I'm curious like that. What category of men would you say is the biggest clientele that comes the most and asks for your service the most? Her answer was married men. Married men are the ones that ask for prostitutes the most. So someone being married and using it as an excuse of, oh, they're never gonna do that. Nah, it's not an excuse. Like, never think someone is unable to do something because of a position. They can definitely do that, okay? Now, I feel like white knighting is just a pretext to start shit. Most of it was festered jealousy. There we go, Bobby. I really like what you just said. White knighting was a pretext. For most of it was festered jealousy, which is exactly what I want to talk about today. The problem with what Mchash did was definitely you being a true hypocrite in you saying, oh, I'm happy for my friends. I'm happy that he's better than me. I'm happy that he's this. I'm happy that he's that. You try to set up like everything is cool. I'm cool with this guy. He's my friend. He's all this. Only for you to be like basically harboring and accumulating so much anger, self-doubt, because you are typically people that see others succeeding and them not succeeding as much typically feel a lot of self-doubt. You want to know how I know that? From myself and everybody I've basically met. And then you have obviously jealousy. That shit can actually become a little bit of jealousy. You're like, oh, why them and not me? Like, and obviously jealousy becomes hatred, where because these people, you see them and they make you feel all the above, you're like, oh, well, now I hate them because they make me feel bad. And now you try to like twist the narrative and to make it so like, oh, because you act like a dick and you basically getting away with it, now we gotta put a stop to you and put you in your place. You could have done that privately. Hello? Why okay, if I have a problem with a friend and I disagree with the friend's behavior and I want them to sit back and be like, hey, sit the fuck down. We gotta talk right the fuck now. I don't know what the fuck you think is out here. You're my friend. People are gonna associate my ass with yours, especially in the public space. This matters out here. I can't be seen with your ass if you're gonna keep talking like this. It's like, oh, no, I thought everything was fine. What's up, man? Look, you did such and such and such and such and such, and then you have a conversation. But when you put Tectone in the public eye like that, and you found his ass for 3 hours, what was that if not you finally having that juicy shot at him to let all of your anger go and try to expose him for the, I don't know, narcissist, you said? For the narcissist that he is, when clearly he's really not. Like, he's just being a dick on the internet. Have you met them? There's dicks on the internet. It's a thing. It's a thing. And this is what I really want to talk about, which is festered jealousy. I do feel like jealousy is a thing that typically happens a lot between friends. Like I gave an example before. There's 3 creators that I came up with, especially when you come up with someone. It's very important. I do feel like to add is when you come up with someone and they surpass you in a lot of levels, like you're nowhere, they're like 3 times your size. They're doing so much greater than you. I do feel like it's easy to be jealous and it's easy to let yourself lose to self-doubt, inaptitude within yourself, and make it become hatred towards that friend. I'm very disappointed in you, Mtash. I didn't know you were so weak. I didn't know you were so weak. I nipped that shit in the bud immediately. I just pulled up too. And I had people surpass me 3 times over. Have I not felt some form of self-doubt? Fuck yeah. I was like, why them and not me? You know, I think I'm working hard. I'm doing things. I'm doing that. Why them and not me? Gah, I must suck. I'm bad. Ugh, trash me. Right? And then there's a little bit of jealousy. It's like, then I'm starting to dislike this guy. Fucking Artineki, man, having 3 times my views and shit, reacting to my own shit. He reacted to my video and he's gonna get 3 times the views as me. How dare you, bitch? But what does that say about me? What does that say about me as a person? That's very weak. Why can't I be happy? Why can't I be applauding my friends for succeeding more so than I am? That doesn't mean I'm not succeeding. Okay. It's a start. It's a good start. I'm fighting. I'm working hard. I'm working as hard as I can. I'm trying to understand as much as I can. Right? It's a process. I'm in the process. It's okay. Processes typically suck. You just try to enjoy them as much as you can, but processes typically suck. Right? And you grow. You slowly grow. Okay, if the roles were reversed, would you want your friends to applaud you or be jealous and keep harboring and sheltering hatred towards you only for one day to come back and stab you in the back and go, ha 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 ha, I knew you were a dick and everybody's finally gonna see you for the dick that you are. Fuck you. I've never liked you. We were never friends. Fuck you. Betrayal. Bro, this isn't Game of Thrones. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? What is wrong with you? What is this? Where did this come from? My level of disappointment and my level of shock when I've seen your behavior is literal insanity. I was screaming, what is happening? Is this truly happening? This was a massive, massive mask off moment that if you asked me before this, I would have never said that it was possible. Wow. Wow. What a letdown, man. What a letdown. From you. Out of all people, from you. God damn, why not do it privately? Why do it publicly? You say that Tectone is trying to farm views and all that good shit, but you doing it publicly screams and shouts that you are the one doing it. And believe it or not, you keep saying that, and it tells me that you're the one that thinks that because you assume that everybody else is doing it, and typically that people, oh, I'm a cheater, so which means everybody's a cheater. Classic ass shit. Oh, because I think this, everybody must think like this. Everybody's the same. Or because this one person did it, it means everybody else did it. You wanna learn something? I'm gonna call it the Eggyverse. Hexus called it Eggyverse, and I like it. I'm gonna call it the Eggyverse. In the Eggyverse, the creators that Tectone basically brought together, I lied to you, I'm not. I don't feel that. I don't feel that. We have creators that are still like very much at the very rocky start, and they're getting help from massive, massive creators. No one is downplaying nobody. No one cares about views. Oh, if you don't have the views, I don't give a fuck about you. I can't farm you. I can't even farm you, dude. You're useless to me. We don't have that. We don't have that. And you're part of the group. You're part of, you see everything. We don't have that. Not everybody thinks like that. And it's a shame that you think everybody does. But that tells me, to be completely honest, that you think like that. And you're capable of doing that. And today is proof that it is the case. Yeah, that's what you're doing. And aren't you the same motherfucker that's playing gacha games for the sake of money and not enjoyment? This is your job, right? This is no longer just something I really like to do. I feel like Tectone is doing both. He's enjoying himself. You can clearly see him having fun. When he says that, oh my God, MTash is quitting again, that's a meme. We all laugh at that. Oh, this changes everything. That's you, again. That's your imprint in the community. It's a wonderful thing. It's a great thing. But look at how you just destroyed it immediately because of the hatred that you never managed to just let go. You never could. You couldn't. And I am very disappointed in you. And the life lesson here, ladies and gentlemen, and as to why I'm bringing this up is eventually in life, you will be met with people that are just going to excel at things that you are also doing and giving it your all, and you may start to feel these feelings. You want to know how? Because I've never felt jealousy or anything remotely close to it basically in my life until recently. And guess what you do? You applaud. You are grateful for the privilege to be amongst these people, and you see them take off, just as you would love for them to applaud you if they were in your shoes. If the roles were reversed, you would want them to be happy for you and keep encouraging you, not the other way around. Right? Right? The moral of the story is this. If you see your friends succeeding, praise them and be happy for them. Pray for them. Pray for more success to them. And ask God to give you as much success, if not more. You'd be surprised what plans God's have in store for you. Maybe it could be not content creation. It could be something above and beyond what you thought was what you wanted, right? You're sitting there married with a kid, happy family, happy life. Techie doesn't have that. Techie lost he's in court battles right now because of his ex-wife. You have things that Tech doesn't have. Maybe Tech would want to have those if things were going smooth, right? If he didn't have that nasty ass experience he had before, maybe he would want what you have. Why isn't Techie jealous of your ass? Or you can get away with just, making just safe content about a video game. Oh, you're just talking about guys and how to play. So safe, so safe. MTash has a wife, a kid, and a hairline. He shouldn't be envious about Techie. Like, bro, I'm a little all over the place in my way of talking right now because I'm literally processing because this literally came out of fucking nowhere. Who are you? I seriously ask, who are you? I don't recognize you, dude. This was a massive mask off moment that I'm like, who is this guy? I don't recognize him. Where did this even come from? Holy shit. Man. MTS became rat-tashed. Bro, I lied to you. I'm not. It's starting to feel like it. It's really starting to feel like it. Moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, always be happy for your friends. Always applaud your friends for when they are succeeding. It's a privilege to be part of their success. It's a privilege to see them rise to newer heights. Applaud them, be happy for them, pray for them to keep succeeding, and pray God to always give you the success that you know God can give you. You'd be surprised where God can take you. You'd be surprised where life can take you. Some things above and beyond what you're trying to do right now. Surprises you don't even know are even possible. You never know. You never know. Never lose faith in yourself. Very important. And most importantly, never hate others. Never hate others. Just don't. It's easy. It's easy to, because then you don't have to look in the mirror and look at your shortcomings. It's very easy to hate on someone. Very important that you always stay in your lane. You want to know how I know this? From myself and experience. I've had this recently. Took me a little bit of while to shake off, but it was there. And I was shocked. I was able to think and feel like that. It was shocking to me because that was a new feeling I've never experienced in my life. I was shocked. But thankfully, I was emotionally smart enough to be aware of it and just nip that shit in the bud immediately. And be happy for my friends, encourage my friends, always be part of my life, of my friends' lives, try to help them as much as I can. Typically, I'm left on red. Believe it or not. I get left on red because my friends are busy. They have a lot of shit to navigate. I'm even kind of like losing my time with my friends because they're so busy. I can't even hang out with them as much. I kind of like losing my friends to their success. You know what I mean? But you gotta let go. They're in a better place now. They're doing exactly what they want to be doing. That's fine. Let them fly. Let them fly and be happy when they fly. Appreciate it. Appreciate good, seeing good in others. Just like you would want them to appreciate and see good in you. Very important. And if someone is being a dick and succeeding and is being great at being a dick on the internet, applaud them. There's nothing wrong with that. They're succeeding. They're doing great. They are doing great. Let them. Be happy for them. And sometimes you gotta accept your friends for what they are. You gotta accept them for what they are. Your friends, they have the right to decide who they want to be. And they don't necessarily have to be to your image. You think he shouldn't act like that, etc., but maybe that's how he wants to act. He's not doing much harm. The people that he did that to was deserved. When you come after me, I have the right to defend myself and be like, hey, I'm gonna put you back in your place. Because you're trying to put me in my place. And you think your moral high ground gives you the right to put me in my place. But your moral high ground is false. That's your own perception of things. So always food for thought, ladies and gentlemen. Always be careful, even from yourself. You can betray your own self, okay? I don't want you to be your own worst enemy and put yourself in a position where you're growing, you're doing fantastic, you've reached and achieved so much in your life, only for hatred and jealousy, envy, whatever you want to call it, to keep eating at you, and then you turn right around and backstab someone that tried nothing but to be friends with you and be good with you because you just couldn't handle their success. Don't fall for that trap, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very, very clear example of this instance. Look at the power of jealousy. Look at the power of hatred and how much it is capable of just destroying and make someone so blindsided of things they have. Be very careful, ladies and gentlemen. Like, comment, subscribe as always. Again, keep working on yourself. Keep progressing. Fight hard, fight strong, and fight smart. And most importantly, live, love, and laugh. I always applaud your friends. Always be happy for your friend. Be positive. Be a good source of positivity to people in your life. Yeah, that'll be my message. And M-Tashed, what a letdown, man. What a letdown. I thought we were pretty similar, but I didn't think you were weak enough to lose to an emotion like that. I had that shit right at the start and I nipped it in the bud immediately. It was a little process. It took me a little bit of time. I'm not gonna lie. That shit is very strong. I'll admit as much. But if I can beat it, I'm pretty sure. And I'm broke. I'm a brokey. I don't have a wife. I don't have a loving wife. I don't have a loving child. It's just me. I'll beat it. Pretty sure you can beat it too. All right. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.